Hello, it's Laura. Welcome back to my channel. I am super excited because, again, not many comebacks right now, so I get to react to more of your guys' requests. I am gonna go ahead and just apologize right now that I'm so sorry. I'm only doing about 5 or 6 videos right now. I go back and forth between my own home and my parents. Just since I've been back in Korea, I want to spend as much time with them as possible. It's one of the reasons I came back home. So their internet is not as great as mine, my house. So it's made the upload process a little bit more hard. So I've decided to kind of cut back when I'm here. Hopefully in the future, I'll be able to convince my family to get some better internet, but that might be a while. So I hope you guys understand. That's the reason that I'm kind of been backing off if there's only a couple of MVs out or something, you know, comebacks that day. So anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and react to nSSign. As you guys know, I'm a huge Cosmo now. I've really been getting to know them. I enjoy all of their music, and now we're down to learning members' names. We have 4 for sure. We have Kazuta, Doha, Sangyeon, and Junhyuk. And I'm just trying to get everyone else's names down. Now, I did actually, guys, you're gonna laugh at me, but I pulled up their profile, their K-pop profile, and I was trying to, like, because the song I'm gonna do today has a picture of them, I was trying to match pictures. And I've got, guys, I'm so bad. Like, I was like, they don't even look alike. So I was like, well, I do recognize, you know, Junhyuk and Kazuta and Doha and Sangyeon, but I'm like, I can't place the other ones. I'm not sure why, what it is about the pictures versus this particular picture, but I was like, I can't seem to match them up. So if you guys could tell me who the members are in the picture when I pull it up, like, you know, go from left to right or something like that to help me out, I would really appreciate it, because, you know, I'm trying really hard to learn the members' names, and it's just I literally spent, like, I think 10 minutes just going back and forth, like, who is this member? I'm like, but, and then I'm like, I'm not sure. It could be this member, but it could be this member. So, the profile was not helpful, at least for this comeback. So this is Black Down. This was recommended by my4go2z26w. This person has recommended a lot of things for me in the past. This actually doesn't have an official MV. I did notice that there were some performance videos from other people, so I am going to go ahead and reach out to them when and see if they would be willing to let me use their video in a reaction. So we'll have to see if that comes to fruition. But this is something that has been on my request list for quite a long time, so I do want to react to it. And plus, you guys know I'm a huge, like, singing, like, fan and things like that. So sometimes it's kind of nice to not have the MV or the performance there, because then I can really focus in and listen to the music. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do today. I'm going to try to give a little more detailed information, like, about what I think about the music and things like that to kind of help, and we'll go from there. So tell me if you guys like this kind of style of music reaction, because I'm happy to do something like this too. So let's go ahead and get started with a Black Down. Ooh. That voice in the background is so haunting. Ooh, very nice. I love kind of the drumming in the background. It's very tribal feeling. Ooh. Oh, creepy. I like it. Ooh, creepy. I wonder what filter they kind of used for this. Some of this reminds me of like a didgeridoo. Oh, that line is pretty. With those ad-libs? Okay. Ooh. Wow. What a song. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the first thing that I noticed when I heard this is obviously the instrumentation. They had this, I'm not sure exactly what instrumentation they were using, but it sounded like a didgeridoo. If you guys don't know what a didgeridoo is, it's a instrument that's used in Australia for a lot of like indigenous people's music. And it's very, very, it's like a huge kind of pipe, I want to say, that you basically breathe into. It's like I would consider it like an old style horn is what we would have called it, like in the musical sense. But it's very interesting, and the way that you play it is interesting too. I've seen a lot of people, just the sound that comes out of it, because of the way that you have to breathe into it, it creates this really unique representative sound. And so it definitely sounded like that, like a didgeridoo throughout the entire part. I'm not sure if they actually used one or if they connected this with like an instrumental, like electronic sound kind of thing, and that was just something they were repeating, which is definitely like a loop that they could have recorded. But it was a really interesting sound, and alongside that they had this sort of, they felt like very tribal drums. When I'm thinking of this, it felt very recently I've been getting a lot into Celtic music, and it felt like very like ancient drums, like from the Celts. I don't know why, it just connected me to that. Because also I, when I traveled and I visited Switzerland, we also did a horn similarly. Oh my gosh, sorry, English is hard. That's similar to a didgeridoo. It's a really long, extended horn. And, kind of the same feeling. I know the Celts aren't necessarily in there, but it just felt like this very old kind of drum beat that I would, imagine from like medieval or even like older than that, just the type of instrumentation that they were using. So it like evoked this sense of ancientness, of being ancient. So that made it even more interesting. I felt like also, obviously, nSign's vocals, we've talked about this, they're out of this world, right? They did this really interesting part, basically, where it was layering on top of each other and doing different things. So you heard one thing and another, like in the background with like a group of the members, and then you heard whoever was singing at that time or rapping or anything on that. So they were layering that, so it made it sound even more creepy, tribal, ancient. It just felt like it was like this ancient ritual that you were like hearing. So really, really cool. I really enjoyed this. I I love how I kind of looked in some comments and people were like, oh, I want a performance version of this so bad. And I wish this was a title track and things like that. And I love that there's like such an amazing support of this type of style, because this is not an easy thing to accomplish. Okay. Having this kind of sound is difficult, and being able to do it well is even more difficult. The reason that I know this is because, you know, obviously I'm a classically trained singer, right? We've talked about this before. But when you do something that is more ancient, it's because they did certain aspects because of what they were surrounded with. So for example, when I sing something from the 15th century in a group setting, it's meant to be sung like in a church, right? So to get that same sort of like ancient feeling, you have to either be in a church or you have to be in like a place where there's you can get a lot of vibration. There's a lot of echoing back, because that's how it was designed to sound. So when you create certain sounds, and it's almost like the voice, you're singing one note and then the voice takes on a combination with the voice of the actual place you're doing this. So it's really difficult for it to sound good, because you have to almost do it in the place where it was originally designed. So I'm really interested to like hear this live, because I definitely think that in the studio, you know, you can control things a little bit more. I think live it would be much more difficult, but I think that nSSign is a group that can do that. So I really hope when I reach out to some fellow Cosmo that they are willing to let me use their video. But overall, really cool. Really enjoyed it. I want to go back and listen to it again. Like, that's how much I'm just like, I feel like I only caught bits and pieces, and I'm definitely like gonna have to listen to it several times in order to hear everything that's going on within it, because there was so much happening. And I want to point out also in the melody, they were using a lot of step feeling melody. So what I mean by that is that there wasn't a ton of jumping around. It was very melodically going up and down, using a lot of half steps to create some tension. And then there was tons of harmony that was going on in there. Very cool. They did it again. They impressed me so much. Tell me what you guys thought of this. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What other songs should I, of course, listen to from nSSign? I'm always happy to react to them every time. So I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.